Hey, what is up, fellers and any ladies out there? And yes, we are back to do the thing. Hashtag the thing. Um, yeah, we're back here doing another Make Me Choose streams. Since I had no video ideas for this week, since I pretty much had everything done over the weekend, I figured, Tuesday we did Make Me Choose between two bands. Now it's time for you guys to make me choose between two albums. Live edition! Ah! So, yeah. Be prepared to see me be tortured. Because God knows I am going to be tortured on this day. But, anyways, how's everybody doing? I see Boss in the chat. Chat. I'm actually kind of jumping over the moon right now because I had just bought an album off of Discogs a little bit ago. It's an album that I've been trying to find for months and months and months, cheap and not a bootleg. And I finally found the original release of Dissections Live Legacy from 2003 when they played live at Wacken in 1997, right before John Nodvite went to prison. So it's a rare album, and it's the original Nuclear Blast release, not a fucking bootleg. So I'm happy. Yeah, it was a little over $20 altogether, but it's totally worth it because it's an amazing live album. I always liked watching and listening to the live version of the song Somberlane from that album and tour because I think it sounds a little better than the actual album version of the song, but that's just me. That's just me. But, yeah, so I bought that. And then also yesterday when Peaceville announced we're already going to get a new Dark Throne album, and it's not even been a year and a half. It's only been a year and less than 3 months since Eternal Hails came out. That was an amazing album. And we're getting another one Halloween weekend with Astral Fortress. However, don't throw a soccer or volleyball at Fenris, otherwise he'll say, "Don't mess with me, I know Feng Shui," and he'll kick your ass. And already that little teaser track they dropped for the album when they did the announcement sounds like they're going for more acoustic, melodic atmosphere on there too. So, yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool. And I already pre-ordered it too, so I'll be getting it when it comes out. Dark Throne, baby. I love Dark Throne. And this is their 20th album, too. 20 albums in 31 years. That's insanity. It's like, let me see, the only years they didn't have an album released from the moment Soulside Journey came out in 91. They didn't have an album out in 97, 98, 2000, 2002, 2005, 2009, 2011, 2012, 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, and 2020. Those are the only years since Soulside came out that they haven't had an album released. So, yes. Consistent as fuck. So I can't wait for new Dark Throne. But also tomorrow morning, right as soon as I get done with breakfast and all that, checking out the new Bloodbath. That review will be coming Saturday morning. And I'll be doing the Ozzy review, although I don't have much expectation for the new Ozzy. I got a feeling it's probably not going to be that good. But hey, we shall see what happens. And then under the radar this week, there's going to be 2 episodes because there's a ton of shit coming out tomorrow. There's Revocation, Fallujah, Abstract Illusion, Warforged, Damn it. And a couple of others that are coming out. So yeah, it's going to be busy weekend for me as far as checking out music and making videos. And then, of course, you got Behemoth the week after. Then the week after that is Razor. And then you end the month with Slipknot and Autopsy. And then October just got bigger with not only Darkthrone, but Exhumed. You also got Lamb of God, Queensryche. We're going to be eating good for the next couple of months. So, yeah. But enough of all that. Let's get to some album versus album choices. So if you guys are watching, drop me some, make me choose between two albums options. And so far we only got one, and this is easy. No Ozzy, No Rest for the Wicked, or Manowar, Kings of Metal. Ozzy, No Rest for the Wicked. It's Zakk Wylde's debut, and it's a fucking heavy monster of an album. So not even a contest. No disrespect to Manowar. I do like their 80s stuff here and there, but Ozzy blows Manowar out of the water. So there you go. I did see you had one earlier, and this, again, with the apples and oranges choices. Napalm Death, Scum, or Pentagram's Day of Reckoning? I gotta go Scum. I've not listened to much of Pentagram, except for maybe the first album. But hold your horses, because... Josh!
What's up, man?
Oh, just about ready to make some difficult choices from you people. You people. And already we got a dirty one. Boss, you are a motherfucker. Rain and Blood or Rust in Peace? Jesus.
I'm going to say Rain and Blood.
Oh, my Lord. I mean, the best Slayer album versus the best Megadeth album. Holy fuck. Honestly, I'm going to go Rust in Peace. I'm more attached to that one. I love Rain and Blood, but I think Rust in Peace, songwriting-wise, just edges it out a little bit because it was a little bit more proggy, and I like that about it. But Rain and Blood, although if it was Hell Awaits against Rust in Peace, that would have been even more difficult for me because I think I like Hell Awaits more than Rain and Blood. Even though I only ranked at number 3 on the Slayer ranking. Let's see what we got here. Gwar Scum's Battle of Gwar album. Scum Dogs of the Universe or America Must Be Destroyed. I gotta go Scum Dogs.
I'm not too familiar with Gwar, honestly. So,
Me neither, but I do know about these two albums. I've been needing to get Scum Dogs in the collection because Mr. Scott has always told me about that album. It's like, it just keeps going over my head in terms of buying it. Oh, this next one from Jeff. South of Heaven or So Far So Good, So What? Now I'm going Slayer. I'm going South of Heaven on this one.
Yeah, me too.
Though I love So Far So Good, So What? I mean, In My Darkest Hour, Hook and Mouth, In the Lungs of Hell, Set the World Afire. Great songs, but South of Heaven, man. Let's see. More South of Heaven versus Testament, The New Order. Ooh, that's a little difficult. Oh, man.
I'm going South of Heaven again.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go South of Heaven. Although if it was The Legacy versus South of Heaven, I probably would have went with The Legacy. But I'm going South of Heaven this time. Oh. Boss, you dirty, rotten bastard. The Satanist or Megatherion? Oh, God. Behemoth or Celtic Frost, man. Oh. I'm gonna go to Megatherion just because without that you probably wouldn't have had the Satanist. But I love the Satanist. That's the best Behemoth album.
Yeah, I'd probably say
at least one Satanist. Of them. or at least one of them. I mean, Demigod's up there too. Straight up troll. Oh. I'm gonna go Saint Anger just because at least that album's aged well, whereas Chocolate Starfish is aged like milk.
It's got Saint Anger's got some good riffs and some decent at best songs like My World, Unnamed Feeling.
Yeah. And then Chocolate Starfish, the only thing that it has going forward is Rollin', just because of my time as a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And that's really it. I mean, that's Stockholm Syndrome for you when it comes to that album. All right, now this next one's a little tougher. Creator Pleasure to Kill or Sodom Persecution Mania. In my opinion, the best album from each band. So that makes it more difficult. But I'm more attached to Persecution Mania, so I'm going Sodom.
I'm going.
I love Pleasure to Kill so much.
Yeah, I'm going Pleasure to Kill.
I mean, it's the battle of the two best German thrash bands, man. It's just damn. Another slight troll. Dr. Feelgood or Saint Anger. Dr. Feelgood. I still think that's a good album. There's some damn good hits on there. Title track, Kickstart My Heart. There's some really good songs on it. I actually need to get that and Too Fast for Love. I only have Shout at the Devil, the best album from Motley. So another troll. Again with the Chocolate Starfish up against Super Collider. Oh God. And I do not like Super Collider at all, except for one song, Kingmaker. Why, Jeff? Why must you be trolling on us tonight? What did I do to you aside from timing out for 5 minutes because you're being evil the other day? Evil! I don't even fucking know what to pick for this. I guess by default I'll go Super Collider, even though I hate that album so much.
Anything's better than Limp Bizkit, really.
Yeah. Well, maybe not the new Five Finger Death Punch album.
Yeah, true.
Or Machine Head Catharsis.
Yeah.
But you never know. Oh, now this is hard. Beneath the Remains or Ride the Lightning?
I gotta go Ride the Lightning.
Just
because if it wasn't for Metallica, I would not listen to metal. So
exactly. Although if it was a Rise against Ride the Lightning, that would have been even more difficult. And it would have been closer, but either way, I go Ride the Lightning.
Yeah.
But Beneath the Remains,
great album.
This is an interesting one. Cannibal Corpse, Bloodthirst, or Bolt Thrower, Realm of Chaos? Honestly, surprisingly, I'm going to go Bolt Thrower, Realm of Chaos. I think that's a bit better than Bloodthirst. Although, man, if it was the Bleeding up against Fourth Crusade, that would have been like, ouch.
I'm going Bloodthirst. I listened to that album today. I think it's really underrated as far as the Jordan albums go.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But, I mean, there is something about Realm of Chaos I love. Just that guitar tone. Through the Eye of Terror, that opening Doom riff. Oh, dude, Mike, why? Altars of Madness or Slowly We Rot. I mean, they're both death metal, but the world's biggest apple versus the world's biggest orange. I mean, yeah, death metal, but they're so different. You know, Altars being more thrashy and a little more out of control, and Slowly We Rot more groovy and doomy and primitive sounding.
Honestly, Altars for me.
Yeah, I'm going Altars. Although if it was Cause of Death against Altars, that would have been impossible.
Yeah.
Because I think Cause of Death is better, but I gotta go Altars. Morbid Angel, Gateways of Annihilation, or Sepultura Rise? It's a Rise. I have to go a Rise.
A Rise.
Even though Gateways, that's a great Morbid album, but Arise is Arise. It's still one of my favorite thrash albums. Oh boy. Again, Jeff with the trolling. Super Collider or Diabolus in Musica. Jesus Christ. Shockingly, I'm going Diabolus because there are at least 2 redeemable songs. Stain of Mind and Bitter Peace, whereas Super Collider's just 1.
Yeah.
So by default. Even though okay. Boss, now you're really gonna make me cry. Death Symbolic or Judas Priest Painkiller? God damn it. These are both be my number 1s for each band. But I gotta go Painkiller. I mean, that's still a classic.
I'm probably gonna go Symbolic.
Yeah, I mean, I love Symbolic. That's my favorite Death album, arguably. But Painkiller, man. I mean, Priest. Damn it. Oh, now this one's much harder. Ace of Spades or Paranoid? Oh. Paranoid. Sorry, shirt.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, shirt. I'm sorry, shirt. I think this is the first time Ace of Spades is lost on this channel. I'm reasonably sure this is the first time Ace of Spades is lost. Oh my god, Jeff. Really? Neither. Next.
Yeah.
Oh, Left Hand Path or Exorder Slaughter in the Vatican. I gotta go Left Hand Path this time. Even though I love Slaughter in the Vatican, I need to get all the Exorder stuff, but Left Hand Path, top 3 death metal album of all time.
Yeah, Left Hand Path.
Ooh, this one's difficult. And Justice for All or Peace Sells? Again, apples and oranges. You know, Peace Sells a little more straightforward, and Justice for All is a bit more proggy. I love both, but actually, I'm gonna go Peace Sells. I'm actually gonna go Peace Sells on this. Just because you can hear the bass.
Oh, yeah. I'm going with Justice, but yeah, both great.
I love Injustice. I mean, I love anything Metallica, maybe except for Saint Anger, but for the most part. But yeah, I gotta go. I'll go Peace Sells on this, even though I feel. Yeah. Oh boy, we got a triple threat: Scream, Bloody Gore, Left Hand Path, or Altars of Madness. Oh god. If it was Leprosy, I would have went with Leprosy immediately. Even though I love Scream Bloody Gore, I think it should have been Leprosy in that spot, and then that would have been difficult. But out of these 3, by a hair, I'm going Altars of Madness.
I'm going with Scream Bloody Gore.
I mean, all 3 are classics.
Yeah.
They really, really are. But yeah, that's a dirty one. All right. Exodus, Tempo of the Damned, or Slayer, Seasons in the Abyss. I feel like I shit on Exodus a lot when it comes to picking because I don't ever really pick Exodus, even though I love Exodus. I gotta go Slayer. I gotta go with Seasons in the Abyss.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Exodus. Oh, if Ricky was in here right now, he'd be dead. Back in Black or Highway to Hell. I mean, you're basically just picking Bon Scott or Brian Johnson here. While I love Back in Black, I have to go Highway to Hell just because Bon, the last album with Bon. And not even just the title track, Touch Too Much, Walk All Over You, Girls Got Rhythm, Night Prowler. I mean, that's...
Yeah, I'd probably say Highway to Hell.
Yeah, even though I love Back in Black, and it's amazing. Oh, this is tough. Load or Reload. Despite what a lot of people say, I love these albums. I grew up on them. But to pick one over the other.
Damn. I'm going Reload because I only really enjoy 4 songs off of Load, 4 or 5. think Anyway has a bit more good songs.
I mean, I do remember, like, whenever I did that video earlier, I can't remember if it was this year or late last year, where I did the defending of these two albums and then cobbled together what tracks from each should have been into one. I think I had more songs on Reload than Load.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to go with Load just because the song Bleeding Me.
Yeah,
that's still one of my top. Well, I mean, Bleeding Me up against Where the Wild Things Are off of Reload, like two of the most underrated Metallica songs for different styles. Like Bleeding Me, it's more doomy, and then Where the Wild Things Are is a little more Alice in Chainsy.
Yeah.
I gotta go with Load just because Bleeding Me, I love both of those albums for different reasons, but Load, even though there's better songs on Reload, I gotta go Load just because Bleeding Me. Ooh, this is tough. Black Sabbath Headless Cross or Metallica Black Album. Oh, and I love these albums too. I mean, I've been digging Headless Cross since I got it in the collection. The best Tony Martin era album. Oh, man. As much as I love Headless Cross, I gotta go Black Album on this. Even though Headless Cross probably the most underrated Sabbath album of all time.
Yeah.
That's such a great album, but Black Album still rules. There, I said it.
It does, man. It's probably the best produced metal album of all time.
Yeah, and an analog too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which that's a statement right there. Like it is kind of funny though. Bob Rock, responsible for arguably the greatest analog recording and the worst digital recording.
Yeah.
With Saint Anger. That's kind of funny. I guess Bob Rock just didn't like doing digital. Which you can't blame him. I mean, analog ultimately does sound better when done right.
Yeah.
But, well, it depends on how you do it digitally. Oh, another troll one. Morbid Angels, Aluminum Anus, or 6 Feet Under Nightmare. Now I need to channel my necrotic dick. Hey, listen, you see that fucking mountain?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Or no, where's Krusty the Clown? Chris Barnes, the hoe. Put him in the bag. Ho. What do you mean I sound like Chris Barnes? I'm going Morbid Angel just because at least one song, Blades of Ball, that's actually a decent song. Other than that, the rest of the album can fuck itself.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Now, this one's unfair, Mike. The Sick, Dying, and the Dead by Megadeth or Death Human. I have to go Death Human.
I actually still need to listen to the new Megadeth. But, yeah, Death Human.
It's really good.
I've heard it's really good, yeah. Did you see Did you see fucking Anthony Fantano gave it a 3 out of 10?
Well, Anthony Fantano ain't that bright.
No.
With a lot of metal. So, no. But I would say that this is the best Megadeth album since Endgame. Like, I think it blew Dystopia out of the water and didn't take much to beat out Super Collider. Did beat out 13, so there you go. But I have to go Death Human on this. Just because, I mean, that is a great Death album.
Yeah.
Oh, dear Jeff. Countdown to Extinction or the Black Album. Very similar, too. Both that still rooted in thrash, but much more classic metal oriented. I know most people go Countdown out of spite, but I'm going Black Album still.
Yeah.
Even though Countdown's my number 3 Megadeth album, I still love the Black Album. But damn. Ooh, this will be an interesting one for you to choose, Josh. 200 Stab Wounds, Slave to the Scalpel, or Undeath Rise from the Grave?
Rise from the Grave, instantly. I fucking love that album.
I still need to listen to it more. I mean, I really liked it when it came out, but I've not really gone back to it much. But
the production is so good, just old school. Like, really thick and chunky.
I need to get that as well as the first album, too, so I might have both Undeath stuff. Not because of bias, because they're from Ohio. I'm actually going to go 200 Stab Wounds.
Yeah,
they're
sick too. Brutal. So yeah, they're really good.
I actually want to go see them if they ever come near me. I would love to see them live. Oh, Jeff, ouch! More AC/DC, Power Edge or Highway to Hell. I'm actually going to go Power Edge this time. I think out of the Bond era, maybe the most underrated one, because there's not like a big gigantic hit on there. It's like mostly deep cuts. Sin City, Riff Raff, What's Next to the Moon, Gone Shootin'. I'd say Gone Shootin' might be the one big one, but it wasn't like Highway to Hell big. Yeah, also, I think Power Edge is a little heavier.
Yeah.
Say I'd go Power Edge. Oh God, Ace. Ride the Lightning or Hell Awaits. Damn it! I was waiting for somebody to have Hell Awaits on here.
I'm still going with Ride the Lightning.
Yeah, I'd have to go Ride the Lightning too, but man, Hell Awaits is so fucking great. Yeah. Ooh. Blessed Are the Sick or Chaos AD? And I'm not the biggest fan of Chaos AD. I will admit it's a really good album, but I don't think it's super amazing like a lot of people say it is. But it is really good or great, but I don't know. I actually might well, I mean, Blessed Are the Sick I really like too, even though I wish the guitars would have been a little chunkier and the drums weren't weird. And Dave's voice was mixed a little bit lower so it wouldn't overpower everything. I don't know. This is tough. I think I'll give the edge this time to Blessed Are the Sick.
Wow. I'm going Chaos AD.
Ooh. We got Battle of Songs. Unforgiven 1, 2, or 3. It'd have to be Unforgiven 1.
Yeah.
It'd have to be. Yeah. Even though I love the other ones, even though 2 would be my least favorite, but still a really good song. 3, I think, is one of the most underrated Metallica songs ever.
3 is good, yeah.
That's such a good song. And like that, I love that piano intro. They broke the mold.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, that's brutal. Ooh, this one's actually interesting. This is a tough one. Motley Crue, Shout the Devil, or Venom Black Metal. Ooh. I love both albums. I still say Shout the Devil's the best Motley album and the heaviest Motley album. Oh, man.
I'd say Shout at the Devil.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I'm probably going to lose friends for saying that, but Shout the Devil, that's such a great album. Even for glam metal standards, that's amazing shit. Tommy Lee fucking killing it on drums on there, and the riffs, like looks that kill. Dun, 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 dun. That's a great riff. Oh dear God. I'm honestly gonna go 6 Feet Under just because I can at least laugh.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I can at least laugh.
Afterlife, if I listened to it, I probably would get mad. Whereas at least with Nightmares, I could laugh at how terrible it is and laugh at that ease.
Yeah.
All right. This is an interesting one. Creator Endless Pain or Sepultura Morbid Visions. Both kind of similar. Both like blackened thrash almost. Well, Morbid Visions, I would say, was like a proto-blackened death metal album with thrash. I don't know.
I'm going.
I think I would. I actually might go Creator because I think that's the most underrated Creator album too. And I like how like half the album Millet Petroza does the vocals and then Jurgen does the vocals. And it's like you can tell the difference is like Jurgen's got a little bit of like a thrashy, almost borderline death metal style, and Millet's going straight up black metal vocally on here before he changed it up with Pleasure to Kill and Terrible Certainty. Ooh, Battle of the Ozzy album, Screamer, Black Rain. Ugh. Why two of the worst?
I haven't heard these ones, so I don't know.
Scream, don't even bother. Black Rain, there's one good song, I Don't Want to Stop It. Yeah, it's cheesy and corny, but it's a catchy song. And by default, I'll go Black Rain, even though it's... Ugh. Ooh, Ace of Spades or Ride the Lightning. I gotta go Ride the Lightning again. Second loss for Ace of Spades.
Yeah, Ride the Lightning.
The Bleeding or Far Beyond Driven. Ooh.
Well, I mean, I'm wearing the Bleeding.
You're wearing the shirt. I'm going the Bleeding too. Although if it was Cowboys from Hell against the Bleeding, I probably would have went with Cowboys from Hell.
If it was Great Southern Trendkill, I'd pick that because that's my favorite Pantera album. But yeah.
I'll be curious to see how Thralls are going to rank Pantera.
Oh yeah,
I'm very curious because I know someday I'm going to have to rank Pantera. That's going to be fun. Oh, now this one's maybe the most difficult one for me of them all. Dark Angel, Darkness Descends, or Creator, Pleasure to Kill. Two classics from '86. Oh, man.
I'm going.
I know. Oh man, I actually think I might have had this one in the previous video. I can't remember who I picked, but as much as I love Pleasure to Kill, I'm actually going to go Dark Angel. Darkness Descends, that's such a brutal album. Gene Hoglan, I've said.
Legend.
Probably some of the fastest thrash drumming I ever heard was on that album. Oh, Ricky. You made it, and you deliver the most impossible one of them all. You dirty, rotten bastard. Why? Just why? I don't even know what the fuck to pick here because these are two phenomenons.
I'm going Dark Side of the Moon. Both are really good, though.
Man, I think I just bit my thumb the hardest I've ever bit it. Pink Rush Floyd, Dark Side of 2020. What the? Dark Side of the Moon, move on. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, my God.
Now we're just getting too meme-ish up in here with Five Finger.
Oh.
I'll go with Lulu, even though it's longer, only for one thing. I am the table. I can still laugh at that to this day. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is an interesting one. Ramones self-titled or Motorhead self-titled? I actually go with the Ramones self-titled on this one.
Probably Motorhead for me.
Yeah. Again with Five fucking Finger. Afterlife or Catharsis? Actually, oh God. I'd rather listen to Afterlife because it's shorter. Whereas Catharsis is like 80 minutes of an abortion that I wish never existed.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
So the only reason I'll go Afterlife is because at least it's shorter and I can turn it off faster. So. Damn it. Do we go or That's What's Up? I'll go with Barnes, at least because he was in Cannibal and his stuff in Cannibal was great. But, yeah. And I think we might have lost Josh because he's frozen. Josh? Joshy? I think he's dropping. But yeah, I'll go Barnes because at least the first 4 Cannibal Corpse albums and the first 6 Feet Under, he did pretty good. Ivan, he does have a decent melodic voice, at least early on he did, especially when Motograder. but yeah. I'm sure Josh will hop back in a moment. All right. Emperor and Nightside Eclipse or Battery Under the Side of the Black Mark. Both classics. But I'll go Black Sabbath, Blabbery. I'm going to go Battery. I'm going to go Under the Side of the Black Mark because without that, you wouldn't have had In the Nightside Eclipse. Easiest one of the night, Pierce from Within or Roots. It's Pierce from Within. Roots is so fucking overrated. I do need to get at some point to have the Max era catalog. And there's a couple of songs, but other than that, I am not really a fan of Roots at all. Ooh, Dimebag or Mustaine? I'm assuming guitar playing wise. This is hard because they're both legends. But I'm actually going to go Dimebag on this personally. By a hair, I'm going Dimebag. Ooh, this is tough. All right, Josh, welcome back. And what a Tuesday we got for you here. Number of the Beast or Screaming for Vengeance, the two best albums of 1982. Oh,
right, hold on, real quick. Nightside and Pierce from Within. Those are my twos for the other ones. And then Dimebag.
For this, Number of the Beast or Screaming for Vengeance.
I'm going Number of the Beast.
Number of the Beast as well. Even though I love Screaming for Vengeance too. Ooh, this I like to play on with this. Redeemer of Souls by Judas Priest or Coma of Souls by Creator. I'm actually going to go Coma of Souls because I think that's one of the best Creator albums, whereas Redeemer, it's good, but the production wasn't the greatest. I honestly think that's an overrated Priest album. It's good, but not great. Whereas Coma of Souls, that's a fantastic Creator album.
Yeah, I need to listen to these too.
Yeah. I was actually jamming the song Agents of Brutality off of Coma of Souls earlier. That is such a barn burner. Great Southern Trendkill or Hellbilly Deluxe? It's gotta be Great Southern Trendkill. Even though Hellbilly Deluxe, that's a really good debut for Rob's solo career, but it's gotta be Southern Trendkill. Floods!
Yeah.
Alone!
Yeah. Suicide Note Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite Pantera song, dude. That song goes fucking hard. That ending breakdown, like the gang, 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 wow, 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 wow. Like, that shit crushes.
Yeah. Battle of German Thrash, Exhumer Possessed by Fire is Tankard Zombie Attack. I'm going Exhumer because I think that's one of the best German thrash albums of all time. Tankard! It's hit or miss with me with Tankard. I will be checking out their new album whenever that comes out. I think that comes out at the end of the month. I'll check that out for Under the Radar, but I don't expect much. I mean, Tankard's okay, but I think Exhumer should be in that German Big Four over Tankard, personally.
Yeah.
And also their last two albums were fucking rippers. They sound like what Slayer should have sounded like at the end of their career. Ooh. Dying Fetus, Killing on Adrenaline, or Arch Enemy, Burning Bridges?
Dying Fetus.
Burning Bridges, that's one of the best Arch Enemy albums, but I gotta go Killing on Adrenaline. That's up there for Dying Fetus for me.
Yeah.
Although if it was Destroy the Opposition, it'd be a no contest.
Yeah.
Let's see. This is a good one. Dio Last in Line or Ozzy Bark at the Moon. Ooh. That one's tough. That one's a toughie because Last in Line, that's a great follow-up to Holy Diver, and Bark at the Moon was a great debut for Jakey Lee. And also two great songs, too.
Bark at the Moon for me.
Yeah, I'd probably go Bark at the Moon as well.
Yeah.
I'd probably go there. This one's interesting. Iron Maiden, Somewhere in Time, or Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime. Damn. Somewhere in Time, that's an underrated Maiden album, I think. But Operation Mindcrime.
I'll go Maiden on this one.
Man. I hate to go against Maiden, but I'm actually going to go with Operation Mindcrime. That's still one of the best prog metal albums of all time, and arguably the best prog metal concept album of all time, too. I actually need to get that in the collection. I feel ashamed that I don't. I only have Rage for Order, their second album. Oh, this is a good one. Napalm Death Scum or Repulsion Horrified? I'm going Horrified. I'm going to go Horrified on this.
I'd probably say Scum.
I mean, both grind classics, both the start of grind, but I think I just like the more gory death metal aspect of Repulsion a little bit more, but I don't know that. I do have my moments where I'll listen to Scum. Oh, I'll actually leave this one for you, Josh, because I can't pick.
Trendkill for me. I mean, Vulgar Display is fucking amazing, but Trendkill is that's just my shit when it comes to Pantera.
I'd probably go with Vulgar. I'm not as familiar with Trendkill as I am with some of the earlier Pantera stuff, at least in the 90s. But yeah, I'd probably go Vulgar just because
I think every song on Trendkill is amazing, honestly.
Battle of the Izers, Motorizer by Motorhead or Black Sabbath Dehumanizer. I'm going Dehumanizer, the heaviest Sabbath album.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
That's such a heavy fucking monster. Ooh, Mob Rules or Power Slave, Sabbath versus Maiden. Mob Rules is a great follow-up to Heaven and Hell, but I gotta go Power Slave. I think that's the best Maiden album.
Yeah.
I have to go Power Slave. Mike, this is not fair. Motorhead, Ace of Spades, or Testament to Gathering, it's gotta be Ace of Spades. Even though Gathering, that's a great Testament album.
That's the one with Dave Lombardo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And James Murphy and Steve Giorgio.
Oh, man. Wow.
That's a hell of a lineup, but it's got to be Ace of Spades.
Yeah.
And not just, and I know people say, oh, it's only the title track. Actually, my favorite Motorhead song of all time comes from that album. That's The Chase is Better Than the Catch. That is such a fun song. Ooh, this is tough. Venom Black Metal or the self-titled Bathory album? This time I'm going Black Metal.
I'm going to go with Bathory.
By a hair. I love the self-titled Bathory, but I would say without Black Metal, you wouldn't have Bathory.
Yeah, that's true.
Even though Bathory did the sound better, I gotta go with Venom Black Metal. Oh, now this is a tough one. Typo Negative, October Rust, or Paradise Lost, Draconian Times. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm going October Rust.
Those are both amazing goth metal albums, but completely different. Like Draconian Times is a little more jammy and a little heavier, but October Rust, that more lush, romantic style. I'd probably still go with October Rust as well. That because love you to death, My Girlfriend's Girlfriend, and Praise of Bacchus. But Draconian Times got some great songs too. Like I can't remember. Hang on, I might be thinking of Icon when I say the song Forever Failure. I think that was on Draconian Times. Was it? Yeah, it was. Okay. Also, Hallowed Land, Hands of Reason, Shades of God, Enchantment. Man, that's an interesting one. 1715. I actually forget who that is or what that album was done by. Wasn't that by Moonspell? I think that was Moonspell. Let me double check. Yeah, Moonspell. Moonspell 1755 or Typo Negative, World Coming Down. I gotta go World Coming Down.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
I know my friend Arthur's probably gonna kill me because he's from Portugal, where Moonspell is from. But I mean, if you put any other Gothic album up against Typo, I'm sorry, you're gonna lose. Just how it is. And May in that World Coming Down might be my number one typo album. You'll find out in the rankings on Halloween, but yeah. Or if not, it'll be up there. Korn Issues or Nine Inch Nails to Fragile?
Issues for me.
Yeah, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Korn anymore, Issues has some good songs. Again, we're back to Afterlife. Afterlife or Celtic Frost Prototype demo. Damn it. I don't want to pick either, honestly, because Prototype, that's a god-awful fucking thing. I'm just going to say neither. I'm not picking either because both are equally terrible. If it was Cold Lake against Afterlife, I would have went with Cold Lake immediately, but
yeah.
God. Ugh. All right, Disturb the Sickness or Pantera Reinventing the Steel.
Yeah.
Even though I like The Sickness, there are a couple of Disturbed albums I do still enjoy, The Sickness being one of them.
Yeah, they got a couple decent tracks. Yeah.
Although I think they got better after that, personally. Like Indestructible, the song The Night, that's my favorite Disturbed song because it sounds like a classic metal tune.
That song's great.
With a great solo. With a great solo and great vocals. But I gotta go Pantera. Exodus, Blood In, Blood Out, or Anthrax Worship Music. Again, I hate going against Exodus, but you put them up against great albums, it has to be Anthrax. That's one of the best comeback albums, too, Worship Music. That's a great album. I need to get that, too. Although I do love Blood In, Blood Out. That's one of my favorite Exodus albums, but Worship Music. I mean, Joey Belladonna back in the band. I hate going against Exodus, but I'm sorry.
I don't know. Maybe Exodus for this one, yeah.
At least somebody went with Exodus. But Worship Music, that's such a great album. One of the best Anthrax albums, too, I would say. Okay, I need to look up this one real quick. Not sure what band did this album, Hymns, but it's Hymns or Toxicity by System of a Down. Just because I don't know who did Hymns, I'll go System of a Down by default because I don't know. If anybody in the chat can tell me who did this Hymns album, let me know.
Yeah, Toxicity is a really good album, though.
That's I still think the best System album.
Yeah.
And I don't think, and System's a band, honestly, I don't think has a bad album. I think everything they've done is great. I actually need to get all their albums. I only have Toxicity.
Yeah, I only have Toxicity.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. Testament, The Legacy, or Violence, Eternal Nightmare. I hate to go against you, Ace, because you got that as your profile pick, but I'm going The Legacy.
Yeah, I'd probably say Legacy.
I mean, I still think The Legacy is the best Testament album, too. But Eternal Nightmare, that's classic Bay Area thrash as well. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Battle of the Albums of 87, Candlemass, Nightfall, or King Diamond, Abigail. I have to go Abigail, because that's another one of the best concept albums. And also, All Hail the King. King Diamond. Cruelty and the Beast by Cradle of Filth or Spiritual Black Dimensions. I forget who the fuck did Spiritual Black Dimensions. Let me look that up. Maybe that'll help. Spiritual.
Mike said Hymns. Mike said Hymns was Godflesh, yeah.
I would have still went with System of a Down, either or. Yeah. So Dimmu Borgir or Cradle of Filth. I'm going to go Cruelty and the Beast, because even though, like, I always say, like, if Danny Filth would stop doing the baby squeals, I would like Cradle of Filth more, because I think his black metal vocals and his death growls and his low cleans are amazing. But when he does them high-pitched baby squeals, it's like, oh, stop! Because the music's amazing. It's just stop with the baby squealing. But I would say Cruelty and the Beast, because I will objectively say I think that's the best Cradle album, probably. And that was 98? Yeah, 98. Yeah, I mean, the two whipping boys of black metal, the two bands that most black metal fans hate.
Yeah.
Just because they wanted to expand. Sorry. But, man, you guys are dropping some doozies on our hands. Oh, God. Well, before we get to that, Razor, Violent Restitution, or Forbidden Twisted into Form. That's actually really difficult. Those are two great thrashers, but I think I'm going to go with Twisted into Form. If it was Evil Invaders by Razor, I would have went with Evil Invaders. Violent Restitution is great, but I don't think that's the best Vader album, like a lot, or Vader, Razor album that a lot of people say. Maybe I need to listen to it more, and maybe I can get into it more. I've just always been a fan of Evil Invaders, but I'll go Twisted into Form.
Yeah.
Now, this next one is a son of a bitch. Immolation, Dawn of Possession, or Suffocation, Effigy of the Forgotten. I hate you now. Ace. I love both of these albums equally.
I gotta go Effigy because it has the best brutal death metal song of all time, Legion of Veracity, my opinion. But yeah.
Man. I mean, both New York death metal legends, but two completely opposite ends of it.
Yeah.
Suffo, brutal technical, and you're going up against blackened technical with Immolation. And these would both probably be. I'll spoiler alert for the Suffocation ranking. Effigy's going to be my number one, but eventually when I do Immolation, Dawn of Possession might be my number one there too. So this makes it even more difficult. But by the tiniest glass shard, which is a particle, I'm going Effigy as well.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love Dawn of Possession though. Oh, we're back to Rush or Pink Floyd. Hemispheres or Animals? This time I'm going Rush. I'll go Hemispheres this time.
Yeah.
Embossed, this is unfair. Dark Throne, A Blaze in the Northern Sky, or Vader's De Profundis. I gotta go Dark Throne. I still think I still say that's the best Norwegian black metal album of all time, next to In the Night Side Eclipse.
Yeah.
And I have De Profundis, but I've not checked it out yet because I've just been so absorbed with a bunch of other stuff. But yeah. This is an interesting one. Carcass, Torn Arteries, or Napalm Death, Throes of Joy in the Jaws of Defeatism. Ugh. That's hard because they're both great and recent.
Going Carcass.
Oh, man. Wow, I went through everything there. By a hair, I'm gonna go with Napalm on this one because I think Throws, that's a top 5 Napalm album, and Torn Arteries I love, but compared to Surgical Steel for me though, not quite there, but still a great album. But I'm gonna go Napalm because I think that's one of the best albums they've ever done.
Yeah.
Now this one's hard. More Napalm Death. We got Utopia Banished or Cannibal Corpse Vile.
I'm going Vile.
Damn it. I was listening to Utopia Banished a lot lately, and that's another one of the top 5 best Napalm albums. But I'm gonna go Vile. I'm going Vile on this one. And again, Mike, not fair. Dream Theater, Octavarium, or Rush Moving Pictures. I have to go Rush. Tom Sawyer, Limelight, YYZ. Then again, on Octavarium, you got the title track, you got Panic Attack, and Root of All Evil. I gotta go Rush.
Yeah.
Oh, Battle of 1989 thrash. Creator, extreme aggression, or nuclear assault handled with care? I'm going to go with extreme aggression.
Yeah, me too.
Because
Yeah.
that is a barn burner in of itself. Oh, God. And Johnny Smacker. I hate you, and this is your first comment. I already hate you. My 2 favorite albums of all time. Rust in Peace or Master of Puppets.
Master of Puppets for me. I love Rust in Peace, but yeah.
Oh God.
Chat, we broke Levi, chat.
These are my 2 favorite albums, period. But I gotta go Master of Puppets.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, that's still my favorite album, period. But Rust in Peace up there, my number 2. But that one hurt. I'm sad now. I'm almost in tears. Man, what did I do to you? This is your first comment and you already killed me. What did I do to you? Rainbow Rising or Van Halen, Van Halen? That's actually hard. Because those are 2 amazing albums. But by a bit, I'm going to go with Van Halen.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But Rainbow Rising, the song itself is one of the greatest songs ever written. But Van Halen's debut, I mean, that's one of the greatest debuts ever. Ooh, this is a good one. We got Cattle Decapitation, Monolith of Inhumanity, or Cryptopsy Known So Vile. I gotta go Cryptopsy on this.
Yeah, Cryptopsy.
I gotta go Cryptopsy. Although if it was Death Atlas against Known So Vile, that would have been more difficult.
Yeah.
But I think I still would have went with Known So Vile.
I'd probably maybe go Known So Vile is so fucking awesome.
Ooh, this is a tough one. Battle of the 2 best power metal albums in my mind. Iced Earth, Burnt Offerings, or Halloween, Keeper of the 7 Keys Part 2. And they're both, they're both power metal, but 2 completely different sides of power metal. Like, Halloween's more that Iron Maiden, classic metal-oriented sound, whereas Iced Earth, that's like Iron Maiden meets Slayer with Metallica thrown in there. I'm going to go with Burnt Offerings just because Dante's Inferno, one of the greatest metal songs ever made. So I'd probably go with Burnt Offerings, even though both Keeper albums are quintessential. And I need to get the first 3 Walls of Jericho, both the Keeper albums, Lord of the Ring or Keeper of the Rings, and Better Than Raw, and a couple other Halloween classics. Son of a bitch. Iron Maiden's debut versus Kill 'Em All. I gotta go Kill 'Em All on this. I mean, Iron Maiden's debut is great, but it would fall for me in comparison to other Maiden albums. And Kill 'Em All still kicks ass to this day.
Yeah. That one, when it comes to like classic Metallica, I feel like Kill 'Em All doesn't really get talked about enough.
Yeah. Unless you're like truly old school.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, I ranked it as my 3rd favorite Metallica album. All right, next Battle of Albums of 2005. Bolt Thrower, Those Once Loyal, or Creator, Enemy of God. I mean, I love Creator, and I think that's a great Creator album, but I gotta go Bolt Thrower on this. That was such a great farewell album for them.
Yeah.
The Kill Chain. That's a great song. One of the catchiest Bolt Thrower songs, too. All right. I think that was a typo. I think you're meant Under the Sign of the Black Mark or Dark Throne Under a Funeral Moon. It's gotta be Under the Sign of the Black Mark.
Yeah.
Without Bathory, there's no Dark Throne. Shit. All right. Edge of Sanity Crimson or Opeth Orchid Crimson easily. I mean, Orchid's a great debut, but Crimson, that's one of the greatest concept albums and one of the best one-song albums of all time. And plus, you have Michael Ockerfeld on Crimson, so you basically have Opeth there. So, it's Crimson.
Yeah.
Sodom, Agent Orange, or Anthrax, Persistence of Time. That's interesting because Agent Orange, that's a great Sodom album, but Persistence of Time, I would say out of the Joey Belladonna era Anthrax albums, that's the most aggressive and darkest one out of them all. And also the most proggy, too. Like, they got a little proggy there. But I'm going to go Agent Orange because that is a brutal album.
Yeah.
I mean, Persistence of Time, that's a great Anthrax album, but Agent Orange, man. Agent Orange! Ooh. Battle of Iron Maiden, X Factor, or Senjutsu? I know X Factor doesn't get a lot of love because that's Blaze Bayley, but musically, that's an underrated album. Like, it's heavy and dark. But Senjutsu, yeah, it's bloated, but there was some really good stuff on there. But I think by a bit, I'll still go with Senjutsu.
Yeah.
Even though X Factor, despite Blaze Bayley's appearance, that's an underrated one. And then Megadeth, Dystopia, or Iron Maiden, Book of Souls. I'll take the Book of Souls on this one. Dystopia is good, but I think it's the most overrated Megadeth album of all time, personally. This one's unfair. Sodom, Better Off Dead, or Slayer, Seasons in the Abyss. I gotta go Slayer again. Under the Sign of Hells by Gorgoroth. Oh. So, okay, since you said that, I'd probably go with Under a Funeral Moon then, in that sense. Because I'm not a Gorgoroth fan. All right, Motorhead, The World Is Yours, or Exodus, Exhibit B, The Human Condition. Motorhead or Exodus. I love Motorhead, but I'll finally give Exodus a win. I'll go with Exhibit B.
Yeah.
That was probably the best of the Rob Dukes era, too. So, this is the easiest one of the night. Roots or Peace Cells? Peace Cells, hands down.
Yeah.
Like I said, I am not a huge fan of Roots at all. Ooh. Battle of Albums from 2017. Power Trip, Nightmare Logic, or Paradise Lost, Medusa? I gotta go Nightmare Logic. I gotta go Power Trip. Man, we miss you, Riley.
Yeah, man.
Now, this one might be one of the most difficult ones of them all. Slowly We Rot or Severed Survival?
Damn. I'm going Severed Survival.
These would both be my number twos from these bands. I'll go Severed Survival as well. Only by a bit.
It's just like so healthy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, then again, Slowly Rot's pretty raw as well in its own right. I mean, that fucking vocal of John Tardy that starts just out of nowhere. Oh, God. And now we get to the two number ones. Cause of Death or Mental Funeral. God.
Cause of Death.
Yeah, I'd have to go Cause of Death on there, even though Mental Funeral, that I like that more than Severed Survival, but I gotta go Cause of Death. I still love that album to this day. All right, we got Don't Know who the hell did an album called Underneath. Wasn't that a Cavalera thing? Who the fuck did an album called Underneath? Sometimes, guys, you gotta put the band name in there too, because there will be some albums I won't be able to know from just the title.
Quadra.
I'll say Quadra because that was a really
good album. Yeah.
And I actually need to get that one too.
Yeah.
All right, Battle of Iron Maiden, Power Slave, or Number of the Beast. I gotta go Power Slave. Even though Number of the Beast would be my number 2, maybe number 3.
Yeah, I'd go
Power
Number of the
Slave.
Beast.
I just think overall that's just got more songs. Oh, underneath was Code Orange. I'd still go Quadra.
Yeah. Not really into Code Orange.
Me neither. Apart from the song they did for Bray Wyatt. That's the only thing I truly know about
right.
Code
They did do
Orange.
that, yeah.
I need to check out Code Orange though. But I think we'll have time for a few more and then we'll wrap it up here. So if you guys got a few more, like 3, 4 more, bring them on. Oh. This is an interesting one. Agalok the Mantle or Cannibal Corpse the Bleeding. Oh, again, the world's biggest fucking apple versus the world's biggest fucking banana. And I love both of these albums.
I'm
Obviously,
going
two
again.
completely different sides of metal. You know, atmospheric, blackened, folky doom versus brutal death metal. I'm going to go to Bleeding as well, even though the Mantle's a classic.
That album's amazing, but you could hear the E start to come in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that actually kind of helped doing the nose thing.
Maybe that's how he does it, man. Maybe you figured out his secret.
like he closes his nostrils and holds the mic directly in his mouth. And there you go.
Yeah.
That's Slayer, Christ Illusion, or Metallica and Justice for All. Metallica easily. I mean, Christ Illusion, I'd say out of the modern Slayer, that's the best one.
Yeah, that one's pretty
But
underrated.
And Justice for All is And Justice for All, so it's gotta be Metallica. Even though I loved Christ Illusion, I think I got into that album like about a year or two after it came out, and I really like it. But
that one had Jihad on it, right? And
Flesh Storm, Final Six, Eyes of the Insane.
That's a pretty underrated album. Yeah.
Probably the most underrated Slayer album too.
Yeah,
I would say. If we give one more. Oh, and here we are. Well, actually, we'll do these final two. So, Battle of Black Sabbath albums, Heaven and Hell were the debut. I'm gonna go Heaven and Hell on this one.
Yeah,
by a bit, because I mean that was the best album with Dio, and I mean the debu's a classic, but I think Heaven and Hell's musically just a tad better. So yeah, I'll go Heaven and Hell. And then the final one, Dismember Like an Ever-Flowing Stream or Grave into the Grave. I'm gonna go Dismember on this one.
I'm gonna go Grave.
Because, I mean, like, that Dismember album and Left Hand Path were really the two albums that kickstarted Swedish death metal. Well, and also Carnage, Dark Recollections. But then again, Carnage, that album was kind of like half of it was like a Dismember demo re-recorded. So, I mean, that Grave album's great, but I gotta go Dismember. And I hear they're going to finally re-release that album on Nuclear Blast since they're back on Nuclear Blast. So for those who don't have it, you can get it at some point soon. And maybe a new album, please, next year. That would be sweet because it'd be their first one in 11, 12 years. So there you go. Actually, I'm wondering why we haven't gotten a new Grave album. It's been since 2015.
Yeah.
I would love to hear a new Grave album. But those are all the choices of tonight. Man, you guys got really diabolical here. Probably more diabolical than the band one from Tuesday. But hey, thank you, Josh, for hopping on with me.
Yeah, man.
Tonight.
This was fun.
Yeah, eventually I'll get Master of Metallum back up and running, and we'll get you back on there and see if you can finally win
a
prize. But we'll see you guys later.